While Cenat is out here dealing with what might be the darkest chapter of his streaming career, fighting through mental health struggles and trying to piece his life back together, his ex-girlfriend finally decided to break her silence. And fam, when I tell you the internet absolutely exploded when she started talking, I mean, it went nuclear. We're talking about one of the biggest streaming controversies of the year, and Gigi just threw gasoline on an already raging fire. Before we dive deep into what she said and why the internet is calling cap on her entire story, let me paint the picture of where we're at right now. Cenat, the man who literally won Streamer of the Year, who was grinding every single day for his fans, who built an empire from the ground up, posted on Twitter that he's single and will never be in another relationship again. That tweet pulled 17 million views in 6 hours. 17 million. That's not just a breakup announcement, that's a cultural moment. And while Kai was posting about his struggles, taking breaks from streaming, and looking visibly stressed at award shows, Gigi was living her best life, shopping at Chanel, traveling the world, and posting vlogs about how amazing everything is. Now she wants to tell her side of the story, and trust me, you need to hear every single word of what she said and why people aren't buying it. Let's get into it. So after weeks of silence, after the rumors had been circulating nonstop about her allegedly getting involved with NBA YoungBoy, after Kai had already confirmed they were done, Gigi finally posted a response on her Instagram story. And fam, the way she came at this was interesting, to say the least. She said, and I'm quoting here, "I left. Now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative about me off a fake Twitter post. It's insane. I never cheated on him, and you know that. I never dealt with that man." Let that sink in for a minute. She's saying she left. She's claiming she was the one who walked away from the relationship. She's denying any involvement with NBA YoungBoy. She's calling the entire narrative false. But here's where things get really interesting, and this is where people started questioning everything she said. If she left, if she was the one who ended things, why is Kai the one posting about being single and never wanting to be in a relationship again? Why does Kai look absolutely devastated? Why was he struggling with his mental health for months before they even broke up? Why did he stop streaming, something he loves more than anything, if she was the one who left? The timeline doesn't add up, and the internet detectives have been working overtime to piece together what really happened. Let me break down the evidence that has people calling her story into question, because when you look at everything that went down, her version of events just doesn't match reality. First, let's talk about the mental health situation. Kai started showing signs of struggling way before they officially broke up. At the Streamer Awards, my man got on stage in front of thousands of people and said, "I just want to say to you guys tonight, really take care of your mental health. I just noticed that recently I just been going through things in my head." You could see it in his face. The smile looked forced. The energy was completely off. This is a man known for his infectious personality and genuine happiness, and he looked broken. That's not someone who's about to be left by their girlfriend and is fine with it. That's someone who's already going through something traumatic. Meanwhile, during this exact same time period, Gigi was posting vlogs with titles like Mental Health Check-In, where she's talking about how her life is truly amazing, how she gets to travel and experience freedom, how she's living exactly the way she dreamed as a child. Fam, read that energy. Your man is publicly struggling, talking about mental health issues, looking stressed and exhausted, and you're posting about how incredible your life is? That's not the behavior of someone who's about to leave a relationship they care about. That's the behavior of someone who's already checked out emotionally and is just enjoying the benefits while they last. Now let's talk about the Christmas situation, because this is where things get really wild and where Gigi's story starts falling apart even more. Before Christmas, she made an entire video showing Kai her wish list. And when I tell you this list was absolutely insane, I'm not exaggerating. She asked for a pink G-Wagon worth $200,000 to $300,000, a pink crocodile Birkin bag worth anywhere from $50,000 to $350,000, a Louis Vuitton bag, diamond earrings that required calling a jeweler for pricing, a mini frosted Audemars Piguet watch worth $88,000, a Chanel wallet for $1,100, and a Sephora gift card. We're talking close to $1 million in Christmas gifts, and throughout the entire video, she keeps saying things like, "It's not that much," and "This is cheap." Think about that for a second. She's asking for close to $1 million in gifts and acting like it's nothing. Then, according to multiple sources and rumors that have been circulating, when Kai didn't get her that pink G-Wagon for Christmas, NBA YoungBoy allegedly bought her one. Now, Gigi denies ever dealing with NBA YoungBoy. She says she never cheated. She says the narrative is false. But here's the thing, if none of this happened, why did Kai post what he posted? Why did he look the way he looked? Why did their relationship end right around the same time these rumors started? And here's another piece that doesn't add up with her story. She claims she left the relationship. Okay, so you left. You were the one who decided to walk away. But then why are you posting a defensive Instagram story trying to clear your name? If you left because you wanted to leave, because the relationship wasn't working, because you fell out of love, why do you care what people are saying? Why do you need to defend yourself against cheating allegations if you were just done with the relationship naturally? The fact that she felt the need to address it at all suggests there's more to the story than she's letting on. Let's also look at how she's been moving since the breakup was announced. She's been posting on Instagram, living her best life, showing off shopping trips, designer bags, luxury experiences. She's not posting anything that looks like someone who just ended a relationship they cared about. She's not showing any signs of sadness or regret. She's not talking about working on herself or healing. She's literally just flexing. Compare that to Kai, who stopped streaming, posted about never being in a relationship again, and looked absolutely crushed. The contrast couldn't be more obvious. Now, in her defense, Gigi did address some things in follow-up posts and stories. She talked about how people don't know what goes on behind closed doors. She said that the relationship had issues that the public didn't see. She claimed that she was trying to protect Kai's image by not airing out their dirty laundry. And you know what? That's fair. We don't know everything that happened in their relationship. We only see what they show us. But here's the thing. When your actions and your words don't line up, people are going to question your story. If you really left because of relationship issues, why were you posting about your amazing life while he was struggling? If you really cared about his mental health, why weren't you supporting him publicly during his lowest moments? If you really wanted to protect his image, why did you post that Christmas wish list video asking for $1 million in gifts? If you really weren't involved with NBA YoungBoy, why won't you address the specific rumors about the G-Wagon? See, it's not just about what she's saying, it's about what she's not saying and what her actions showed before the breakup. Let me break down what the internet has been saying, because the response to her statement has been overwhelmingly skeptical. People are pointing out that she never actually addressed the core issues. She denied cheating, but she didn't explain why she was posting about her amazing life while Kai was struggling. She didn't explain the Christmas wish list. She didn't explain why she left, if she left. She didn't explain the timeline of events. She just said it's a false narrative and moved on. That's not enough for people who have been watching this situation unfold for months. The comment sections on her posts have been absolutely brutal. People are calling her out for what they see as gold-digging behavior. They're bringing up the fact that she described her dream man before dating Kai, and that description sounded nothing like Kai and a lot like NBA YoungBoy. They're pointing out that she seemed more interested in the lifestyle than the person. They're noting that she showed no public support for Kai during his mental health struggles. And most importantly, they're saying that her version of events doesn't match the timeline and evidence that's publicly available. Now, there's another angle to this that makes Gigi's story even more questionable, and that's the pattern of behavior she showed throughout the relationship. This wasn't just about the breakup. This was about how she moved for months leading up to it. Let's look at the red flags that people have been pointing out. Red flag number one was that interview she did before dating Kai where she described her ideal man. She wanted someone 6'1". Kai is around 5'5". She wanted someone with waves. Kai had dreads. She wanted someone light-skinned. Kai is dark-skinned. She wanted someone with a nice body who works out. That wasn't Kai's focus. She wanted a music artist. Kai is a streamer. She literally described the opposite of the man she ended up dating. That suggests she wasn't with him because he fit her ideal. She was with him for other reasons. And when you combine that with everything else, it starts to paint a picture. Red flag number two was the shopping addiction. In her own vlogs, Gigi said that shopping is her therapy. While Kai was talking about needing actual therapy for his mental health, her therapy was buying Chanel bags and designer clothes. That tells you everything about where her priorities were. She wasn't focused on emotional connection or supporting her partner. She was focused on material things and the lifestyle. Red flag number three was the isolation. If you followed Kai's content, you noticed he stopped streaming as much. He stopped being around his friends as much. He stopped doing the things that made him happy. That's classic toxic relationship behavior. When someone isolates you from your support system and the activities that bring you joy, that's a major red flag. And while he was isolated and struggling, what was she doing? Shopping, traveling, and posting about her amazing life. Red flag number four was the public displays, or lack thereof, when it came to supporting Kai. While he was clearly struggling, Gigi never posted anything supportive. She never talked about being there for him. She never showed any concern for his mental health publicly. It was always about her life, her blessings, her experiences, her travels, her shopping. That's not how you move when you genuinely care about someone who's going through a hard time. When you love someone, you support them. You show up for them. You don't post about how amazing your life is while they're drowning. So when Gigi now comes out and says she left, that she never cheated, that The narrative is false. People are looking at all of this evidence and saying it doesn't add up. They're saying her story is convenient. They're saying she's trying to control the narrative now that Kai has confirmed they're done. They're saying she's playing the victim when all the evidence suggests she was the problem. And here's the thing about her denial of involvement with NBA YoungBoy. She says she never dealt with that man. Okay, but why are there so many rumors about it? Why did multiple sources report it? Why was there talk about a G-Wagon? Why did all of this come out right around the time of the breakup? Sure, not everything on the internet is true. There are fake accounts, false rumors, and people making up stories. But usually, where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's been a lot of smoke around this situation. Let's also talk about the timing of her response. She waited weeks to say anything. She let Kai post about being single. She let the rumors spread. She let the internet form opinions. Then, only after the damage was done, after Kai had confirmed they were over, after millions of people had already made up their minds, she posted a brief Instagram story denying everything. That's not the move of someone who's innocent and wants to clear their name immediately. That's the move of someone who was hoping it would blow over and then realized they needed to say something. Compare that to how quickly she responded to other things in the past. When people criticized her wishlist video, she was quick to defend it. When people commented on her lifestyle posts, she engaged. But when it came to these serious allegations about the end of her relationship with one of the biggest streamers in the world, she went silent for weeks. That's suspicious timing. Now, let's talk about what this means for both of them moving forward, because this story isn't over. For Kai, this situation is going to define his next chapter. He's already started posting about being single and never wanting to be in a relationship again. He's clearly hurt. He's clearly processing a lot. But here's what I think is going to happen. Kai is going to take this pain, this betrayal, this heartbreak, and he's going to channel it into his work. We're about to see his villain arc. He's going to come back to streaming harder than ever. He's going to be more focused, more successful, and more protective of his peace. Sometimes you need to go through hell to appreciate heaven, and sometimes you need to have your heart broken to learn what you really deserve. For Gigi, her reputation is essentially destroyed right now. The internet has made up its mind about her. Whether her story is true or not, whether she cheated or not, whether she left or was preparing to leave, none of that matters anymore because the court of public opinion has reached its verdict. When you ask for $1 million in Christmas gifts, when you post about your amazing life while your partner struggles, when you show no public support during their lowest moments, when your story doesn't match the timeline, people are going to see you as the villain, and that's exactly what's happened. Even if she ends up with someone richer and more famous, even if she gets that pink G-Wagon from someone else, even if she continues living the luxury lifestyle she clearly values so much, she's always going to be remembered as the girl who allegedly used Cenat. The internet never forgets. Those comments on her posts aren't going away. That perception of her character isn't going to change. She might have the material things she wants, but she's lost something much more valuable, and that's her reputation and the respect of millions of people. And if the rumors about NBA YoungBoy are true, that opens up a whole other can of worms. YoungBoy is a married man with children. If she really did get involved in that situation, it shows a complete disregard for loyalty, family, and doing the right thing. It shows that she really is only interested in status and money, regardless of the consequences or who gets hurt in the process. Let's bring this back to the bigger picture because this situation is about more than just Kai and Gigi. This is a lesson for everyone out there, especially young people who are coming up and getting successful. Not everyone who's with you is with you for the right reasons. Some people are with you for the lifestyle, the clout, the money, the access, the status. And the moment someone with more of those things comes along, they're gone. They'll leave you broken and struggling while they move on to the next level up. Look at how Gigi moved during this entire situation. Kai was struggling with mental health. She was posting about her amazing life. Kai was taking breaks from streaming. She was shopping and traveling. Kai was looking stressed at award shows. She was asking for $1 million gifts. Kai posted he was single. She immediately tried to control the narrative with her own version of events that didn't address any of the actual concerns people had. That's calculated behavior. That's someone who knew exactly what they were doing and is now trying to save face. The real question now is whether Gigi's side of the story will change anyone's mind. Based on the response so far, it doesn't look like it. People aren't buying what she's selling. They see through the denial. They see through the attempt to play victim. They see through the claim that she left when everything suggests she was setting herself up for an upgrade. The evidence is in the behavior, in the timeline, in the contrast between how she moved and how Kai moved, in what she prioritized and what she ignored. For Kai specifically, if you're watching this, bro, know that you're going to be all right. You've got millions of people who support you. You've got fans who see your value and your character. You've got a whole community that wants to see you win. This situation hurts right now. I know that. Heartbreak is real. Betrayal cuts deep, but you're going to come back from this stronger than ever. You're going to learn to protect your peace. You're going to learn to recognize red flags earlier. You're going to learn to value yourself more than any relationship, and most importantly, you're going to find someone who appreciates you for who you are, not for what you can provide them. To everyone else watching this situation unfold, take notes. Protect your peace. Know your worth. Watch for red flags in relationships. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're not enough just because you won't buy them a $300,000 car. Your worth isn't determined by how much you can spend on someone. Your worth is in your character, your work ethic, your loyalty, your heart, and your integrity. Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that last. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them. When someone posts about their amazing life while you're struggling, that shows you where their priorities are. When someone asks for $1 million in gifts, that shows you what they value. When someone isolates you from your friends and the things you love, that shows you they don't have your best interest at heart. When someone's words don't match their actions, that shows you they're not being genuine. Gigi can tell her side of the story all she wants. She can deny the allegations. She can claim false narratives. She can say she left. But at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. And her actions throughout this entire situation spoke volumes. They told a story of materialism over genuine connection, of lifestyle over loyalty, of status over support, of self-interest over partnership. That's not love. That's not what a healthy relationship looks like. And the internet sees it even if she refuses to acknowledge it. This whole situation is a reminder that not everyone who smiles in your face has your best interest at heart. Not everyone who says they love you actually loves you for you. Some people love what you can do for them, what you can buy them, where you can take them, who you can introduce them to. And when you're someone as successful as Cenat, you have to be extra careful about who you let into your inner circle. You have to be selective about who you give your time, your energy, your heart, and your resources to. The silver lining in all of this is that Kai is young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's going to recover from this. He's going to grow from this. He's going to use this experience to become better, stronger, and wiser. And when he does find the right person, someone who values him for who he is rather than what he has, this painful chapter will make sense. It will all have been worth it because it led him to something real and genuine. As for Gigi, only time will tell what happens next for her. If her story is true, if she really did leave for legitimate reasons, if she really never cheated, then the truth will eventually come out. But if she's not being honest, if she really was using Kai for clout and money, if she really did leave for someone with more status and fame, then she's going to have to live with the consequences of those choices. The internet never forgets, and your reputation is one of the most valuable things you have. Once it's gone, it's almost impossible to get it back. What we're witnessing here is a cautionary tale about modern relationships, social media culture, materialism, loyalty, and what happens when someone prioritizes the wrong things. We're seeing what happens when appearances don't match reality, when Instagram posts don't tell the whole story, when someone looks perfect on the outside but is struggling on the inside. We're learning that success and fame come with their own challenges, especially in relationships where it's hard to know who's with you for you versus who's with you for what you represent. So to wrap this all up, Gigi told her side of the story. She denied cheating. She said she left. She called the narrative false. But based on everything we've seen, everything we know, and everything that's been documented publicly, the internet isn't buying it. People are calling her out. People are questioning her motives. People are supporting Kai. And honestly, can you blame them? When you look at the evidence, when you examine the behavior, when you consider the timeline, her version of events just doesn't hold water. Cenat is going to come back from this stronger. His fans are going to support him. His community is going to rally around him. And eventually he's going to find someone who deserves him, someone who will support him during his struggles, not post about their amazing life, someone who will value him for who he is, not what he can buy them, someone who will be loyal, genuine, and real. This painful chapter will close and a better one will begin. Stay blessed, stay focused, protect your peace, know your worth, and remember that not everyone deserves access to you. Choose wisely, move carefully, and always put your mental health first.